What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Cervantes podcast. Joining me today for the second time on the podcast to discuss a new project by his nonprofit organization, Udukoro, is co-founder and senior at Amherst College, Arinze Uddoh. Arinze, what's going on, bro? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Staying healthy, fortunately, and just taking it a day at a time.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So the Udukoro Empowerment Organization has recently teamed up with the Isiama Afara Ukwu Ibeku Development Union to build a community center in the village of Afara, located in southeast Nigeria, that will consist of a library and reading, tutorial, scholarship, and administrative departments, as well as other integrated schemes. What positive change will this community center create within southeastern Nigeria's educational system and economy?
Over the years from 2015 through now, we've done like different things in just terms of donating school supplies, partner up with schools, paying certain people's tuitions and things of that nature. We've just been able to at a small level, affect different children's outcomes in terms of going from primary school, which is like elementary school throughout high school, and then paying for a couple of college students' tuitions. By having like a center pretty much kills like two birds with one stone. So I think the first thing is that with COVID, like we're not really allowed to have that large of gatherings anymore. People are a bit paranoid to kind of like go to different public spaces, things of that nature. And the center kind of like creates a central location that's like pretty secure, pretty sanitized, follows all health protocols for people to go to and feel comfortable. And on the other side, like it allows us to run like tutoring and like library sessions and things that in the past we would have to like devote time and energy to like these different aspects of like different times of the year. Like with one center, it kind of brings everything to one. Allows you to run like multiple initiatives throughout the building. And for the economy, the reason why it affects that is because with the agreement that we've had with the development union, all of the jobs that are made available at the center have to be like filled by residents who live in Afara. So it's like specifically, it's made like 5 people in Afara, 4 people in Afara, not only from like for the kids, but also like for people who just need jobs. Obviously with COVID and just like layoffs, people are still out there looking for things to do. And this is just a way for, whether it be maintaining the library, doing some like staff work, even like helping with tutoring if some people have like that background. It just all helps. Like the ultimate result is just like it's just like positive change within the area from like the youngest to the older people.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's kind of like Boys and Girls Club meets like an after school program. And I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. How long do you think it's gonna take to build this?
So we started officially December 29th or December, I think it was 29th. And I think we should be good by summertime, like May, June. Because like before, we announced the construction, like we had already hired like the contractors and made the schematics, like everything was in place since November. It was just a matter of like my grandmother obviously was stuck here because of COVID and it was too safe to go back. So like she finally got the first plane ticket back out and was able to like reconnect with the head engineer, and then I was able to talk to people over the phone as well. So like it was just a matter of getting there and like starting because there was no one there to initiate it. So like this could have been started without COVID. We could have started this a while ago, but everything happens for a reason. And
Right.
assuming everything goes well and there are no holdups or everything in the village seems pretty tame, like you can look at the June, May 2022 finish date.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What was I gonna ask you? Have you felt like a lot of support trying to build this community center here in the US and in Afara?
Yeah, I definitely have. I think the last time I was on your podcast, like I was just doing a fundraiser just to like help out with COVID relief. So that did really, really well, like better than I anticipated because I just it was just something to do. It wasn't really for like a specific cause. So I'm glad it worked out. And like we grew a really big fan base from there. So it's just kind of retouching into those supporters moving to this initiative. Um, yeah, I definitely feel the support. And I appreciate everybody. And like I'm fundraising in like different ways this time. Like I'm obviously doing merchandise there, but I've opened the fundraising board for like the whole month of January. Um, and I think like one thing about the last fundraiser is like it got traction. It got a lot of traction really early on. So like it was only a 2-week fundraiser, but like every single day it was like rapid, rapid, rapid. I think with this initiative, it's not as rapid. It's kind of a slower growing in terms of just raising funds, and that might be because like during quarantine of the last time I did a fundraiser, like there was nothing else to do, so people were just at home. And now that people's lives are like somewhat semi back to normal, people aren't devoting as much time to just like sitting down and doing nothing, just like, oh, let me just do this, let me support this. So I think for me, the new task is like figuring out ways to just fundraise and spread awareness, because at the end of the day, like you can't, like it's up to, if this fundraiser, if we have a certain fundraising goal and if we don't reach the goal, it's like not because people don't care about the initiative, it's because I haven't pushed it out enough, or I haven't like reached enough audiences enough. You can't blame it on the supporters. That's like, that doesn't make any sense, because no one has to do anything. No one has to do anything.
Right,
So just
right.
for me,
No, I
it's
agree.
in yeah, it's interesting just because like it's causing me to think, and regardless, like the construction will be done, but it's just a matter of like getting the funds and making sure the facilities are up to date and things of that nature. I'm super confident that like, as the month keeps going, even past January into February and March, like we're still fundraising and we're still meeting the goals.
Right, right. And speaking of funds, in hopes of raising money to build the community center, you decided to create a new line of Udukoro merch, crew neck sweaters, hoodies, and long sleeve shirts. How have sales been going?
They've been pretty good actually. They've been pretty good. I had a couple supporters, a couple people who, are gonna purchase like later on in the month, later on in the week. It's been pretty good. I think for this though, like my thing is obviously, again, alluding back to the first fundraiser, that was all about like spreading awareness and just getting the word out there and just trying to put the Duke on people's radar. I think this fundraiser is about like raising money. Obviously it's always about spreading awareness, but like with a concrete building, a concrete project, like it's about fundraising. So t-shirts, and obviously buying t-shirts, buying hoodies, crew necks, all the funds go towards the Duke, but I think like donating directly to like the GoFundMe page, or even like it's like a Venmo account, because I know college students are very, Venmo's so easy to do rather than like sitting down and putting like your card into like GoFundMe.
Right, right. What
Um,
is your goal?
like the monetary goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so last year when we did the fundraiser, we raised like, it was like a little under like 10,000. It was like 8,500, something like that. Something like that.
Okay.
And so for this month, I put the goal as 10,000, but I anticipate to like raise more. I said 10,000 because like we did that in like 2 weeks a few years ago,
Wow.
a
Yeah.
year ago rather. Yeah, 2 years ago, a year ago. So like based on that, I was like, okay, let me see if we can just replicate this and then hopefully go above and beyond, since this is like a bigger initiative. So like as of now it's 10,000. And I think like, I'm gonna be honest, I really do think that we're gonna need it. Like it doesn't matter the timeline in which you need it, because like I said, this project is pretty much taking out half the year. But I think we're definitely gonna need it.
Yeah, I hope so. And I think so too. I think people, they know about the organization. It's been around for a while now. And I think the way you promote it on social media helps. And the fact that you have merch, so like people like, oh, what does Empower the Youth mean? Or what does Udukoro mean? It like starts a conversation. And I think
Sure.
like your models, I think that like helps too, like having so many different people wear it.
Yeah,
So I think
I
that's
agree.
dope. I think you'll meet it for sure. Um, have you thought about creating more merch in the future, like sweatpants or maybe even water bottles
Yeah,
and bracelets?
I have. And yeah, I've actually, a friend of mine, um, who goes to my school. She's like really big on like fashion, right? She's like really, really talented. Um, so depending on how this goes, I might like drop another like line or whatever in March. March is when
Okay.
I'm due to go to Nigeria. I was supposed to go to Nigeria in December, but with COVID and everything, things have happened delayed. So I'm supposed to go in March. So
Oh,
depending on
nice.
how successful like this fundraising goes, like I might just drop another line, and that line will be like it'll be like really it'll be like a big upgrade, big upgrade. It won't be like a GoFundMe thing where like you only purchase for the time. It'll probably be like another company making the clothes. So it all depends on like how much people support this one. But like I know I'm very excited for that to launch, if it will, because it eventually will launch, but like the sooner the better. That would be super. Like, I know it's gonna be cool.
No, yeah, I'm excited for that. So March, that's coming up soon. But yeah, I definitely want to stress like to the listeners, like make sure to cop a hoodie, but also donate money because this is like much bigger cause of the community center. So we're gonna need all the help. You're gonna need all the help you can get for sure. Will there be more fundraisers for the community center coming up soon, or is it that in
Yeah,
March?
yeah.
Okay.
I've talked to a couple organizations on campus, and I'm like reaching out to a couple other like I guess bigger institutions in terms of like organizing fundraisers that like I can't say yet because I'm still in my talks. But yeah, there's definitely for me like this. I think the biggest thing for me is like I have to do much more outreach. Like I have to reach out to like actual organizations and institutions because they're backed by a lot of money, and if their mission or their narrative aligns with like what I'm doing, then we'll be able to like funnel money into the community center, and so it's like cool because I'm working on just like networking and speaking and like negotiations and things like that, which
Right,
is like
right.
even the whole center like that was a big negotiation. To like we had to sign off on contracts and things like that. So it's all like it's like character building and things like that. So I enjoy it's like it's at first it was nerve wracking, but now I don't really get nervous. It's just can I like articulate myself the way
Can
I
you
want to do.
sell in a way the project and like get people to get behind the community center and like how can you like you've met with like our elementary school, chapel school,
Yeah,
you've spoken with your school to promote the community center. Like I saw
yeah, for
Instagram
sure.
posts. So doing stuff like that I
Mhm.
think will help. And hopefully this podcast, small platform, but
Definitely.
hopefully it helps for sure.
Small but mighty, small but mighty.
Yes, yes. The last time we spoke on the podcast was January 31st, 2021. What have you learned about yourself since then? How have you and Udukoro grown in this last year?
Man, that is a great question. Um, and like FYI, Cervantes sent me a bunch of questions beforehand. I did not look at any of them. Like I'm going off the top of my head. So this is like not rehearsed or scripted.
No, it's
Um,
cool.
man, what have I learned about myself since January 2020? Man, I've learned that and just like in this life, you have to be resilient, man. You gotta just like keep going forward. Like it's just life can be real. Like people, it's been a crazy, 2 years going on now. And like life can just throw crazy things at you, and it's scary, man, because like you know, you think like we're just college students, like we don't even know what the real world is. Like this is just college. Like imagine how the real world is gonna hit you when you graduate.
Right.
But for me, it's just like I think with all the craziness that's happened this year, it's given me perspective and it's just giving me like a reality check on what's important and how to stay focused on what's important. And then, you know, tying the Udukoro into this, it's giving me so much fuel to like really grow this as big as I wanted to grow it, because this is it's it's like not a school project. This is like just it's extracurricular, like to
Exactly.
use very simple words, it's extracurricular. And so it's really like in my control what direction I want to take it in. Um, you know, it's what this is something I like helped started when I was in high school. Back then it was at a minor role, but now it's obviously like I'm super thankful for all the volunteers and all the help. Obviously, my grandma's been super important, but like, I remember even my grandma saying with this community center, when I posted the letter on social media, and like when we were having like the president general sign up on the document, my grandma was like, originally the document had said like that she was the initiator, and she was like, no, like Arinze is the initiator because like we wouldn't have done, like my grandma was like, I wouldn't have done this if
Wow.
you hadn't pushed me. Like, she was like, and then she says that to me like so much. She just emphasizes that this whole Udukoro thing, it was her idea. Like, and I never want to get that misconstrued. Like, this is her idea. Like, she's the one who's really big on education. But she was giving up on it because with COVID, like, it was, and she's getting older as well. And so I just kind of came in and I was like, no, like, this is something that we can continue to grow. And you know, I call her like, you know, at least once a week. And this is something that's just like, it's just, I've seen it like from the logo freshman year. That was like, I was doing a job in Boston and I met somebody, got a new graphic designer, and then we came up with the logo to like all the
Networking.
graphics
Yeah.
network, all the graphics that are on the social media page. It's just me like sitting on Canva, like just doing whatever.
Right.
Um, and you know, I'm glad that it's been, like I said, I've definitely had a lot of help, but like since it's been the majority of me, like I feel more accomplished when things like, you know, raising around $10,000 in the last fundraiser, you know, happened. And then I'm just like, dang, like I did this. And even with this community center, and when I go to Nigeria, I'm sure it'll be like very emotional when I see like what's been going on so far.
In
Like,
person.
dang,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like it's really satisfying. So to answer your question, I just think this year has taught me to be just pretty resilient, and it's taught me to really grow to the best that I can, because there's like no excuse not to. At least now, like I'm so when I graduate, I have a job. That's a whole other, you know, beast to tackle. But like now, it's just I'm in college and senior year. Our workload is not the most hectic. Like it's like just do like maximize what I can accomplish.
Maximize like the amount of time you have. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
really proud of you. I'm really proud of your grandma. This it's not easy running a whole organization, you know, and not having a huge like company behind you. I'm really proud of like all the work you guys are doing. And I know like when you
Appreciate
see
it.
the community center, it's gonna be like amazing because like wow, like you know, I'm sure it's been like a lot of Zoom calls, you know, and like
Yeah.
you're not in the same country, so you can't like walk there, so
Okay.
it's gonna be like emotional for sure, but I'm really proud and I can't wait to see what you guys do next, really, for sure.
Appreciate that, man. Seriously, it means a lot.
Of course. Now for some TCP rapid fire questions. You don't have to answer it quickly, I just call it that. But
Okay.
for the first one is, what makes you laugh the most? You
Yeah,
have
I
sense of
think
humor?
like something that I find really funny is like when people are so when people like really like, let's say you have like a favorite artist and like you really defend this artist and you defend it beyond like a reason. Like you start sounding crazy. And it's like you are such like a loyal supporter. I think that's so funny because like you just hear just the craziest things come out of this person's mouth. I'm just like, the guy doesn't even know you, or the artist doesn't even know you.
Right.
That
It's like, I think they call it
that
like a
has me rolling.
stand, like a
No, these
stand. Yeah.
stands are hilarious. Like I have so many friends. Or I have one particular friend who was like a big stand, and whenever he just goes at it, like I start crying. Man. It's so funny.
No,
So
that's a
that's
good
what makes
one.
me laugh.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, like the nonsense. What are three things you're grateful for?
Three things I'm grateful for. I'm thankful for my family. Um, for family. I'm grateful for my friends. I guess if
Okay.
you divide friends and family.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for life. Man. I'm grateful for life in general. Like it is, even though life can be crazy, I'm crazy. Yeah, even though life can be crazy, I'm grateful that that I'm alive and can get up and just
Right.
do things and not take this life for granted.
Especially during this pandemic, for sure.
Yeah.
What would you tell your younger self?
Oh my gosh. What I tell my younger self? Man, I would tell my younger self, um, I would tell my younger self to like just continue like doing you. Like don't like I feel like I'm a pretty like individual person. Like I don't really like I do what I like to do. I don't like to like follow trends or like fall into different crowds. And
Right.
I've always been like that, but I guess when you're younger, like you can kind of feel, feel pressure, not peer pressure, but like kind of feel, oh, maybe I should like associate with these people, I go to these people. And I would just tell my younger self to like, no, just do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, like people are just gonna like you for not who you mess with or not who what trends you follow. Just do what you want to do, and yeah, that I think that's major.
Yeah,
Be yourself.
people respect authenticity, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. Wow, 2027. Um, uh, I see myself probably back in school. I'm not gonna lie, I'm
Like grad
applying to like,
school?
yeah, man. I'm applying to like a lot of grad school programs right now, but they'll be like deferral programs. So I like hopefully get in as a senior and then like in 2 to 5 years matriculate. So I'd probably be starting grad school, like ending grad school. Um, then yeah, like after grad school, I don't know the answer to that one.
That's when life
I
starts.
know, yeah, I know Udukoro, man, I just hope that by then it'll be so big. Like I already, I feel like people already associated Udukoro, like with me, it's already been a big part of my brand, but like considering all the work we've done up to now, I just man, like I have so many like goals for the organization that like I can really see happening. Because at the end of the day, it's like such a simple concept, just like education reform. You know what I'm saying? Just getting people into college, getting people into high school, getting people academic opportunities. It's not like we're trying to like not trying to offend people who do. It's not like we're trying to like solve world hunger or like that's like really hard or like end poverty.
Yeah.
Like I got like education is something that you can see, and I'm super excited for us to come.
Yeah, I'm manifesting like a documentary,
Oh
you
my
being like
gosh, man,
you doing like an ABC special or something, Good Morning
that'd be
America.
crazy.
Yeah, because that's great promotion, And like I think you
Shit.
definitely need to document this because this is a grassroots organization. Like, you've
Yeah,
put it hasn't been like an overnight thing. So I think documenting this, maybe like a YouTube channel or some type of
yeah, definitely,
video. Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
definitely in the world. No, no, no. When I go to Nigeria in March, like I have like, yeah, definitely been thinking of like a way to really bring the whole media concept in. So
Yeah, to share,
works.
on a business standpoint, but also for yourself, to see
Mhm.
like the work you've done.
Yeah.
And the last rapid fire question, what would you name this current chapter of your life?
Um, this current chapter in my life, I name it um I'd name it like either second chance or sort of like rebirth, second chance or rebirth, one of those two, because I feel like um I've been given like a second chance, or I've given like another opportunity to like really take life seriously and and really make the most out of it. And for those who know, they definitely know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd definitely say just a rebirth, man. Just to
I
like,
like that. I like that because
yeah,
I think life gives us second chances, and it sounds corny, but like every day is a second chance, to do better than yesterday, last week, last month, last year. So I like that. I like that. I don't think I've heard that one yet on the podcast. That's
yeah.
dope.
Hey man,
Thank you, Arinze, for joining me on the podcast again. This was so great. You
of
you can follow
course.
Arinze at Oberizi and Udukoro at Udukoro on Instagram. If you would like to donate to the Udukoro Community Center, I'll put the link to the GoFundMe in the description box below. For more information about Udukoro, visit www.udukoro.com. Be sure to leave a rating for the Cervantes podcast on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Cervantes Podcast YouTube channel and click the notification bell up top so you never miss a new episode. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
You guys